start by welcoming everybody on behalf of the Jamalpur Alumni Association and the president of the association, Mr. JL Singh. I'm RS Virdi 72 batch, and I welcome all Sams and Simis, family and friends who joined us live today to this very special edition of the virtual lounge session. Virtual lounge session has completed 1 year today. The objective of the lounge session was to connect with the alumni, members of the alumni across all batches and across geographies. I think this is the first time that we are really achieving that. Uh, the format we had arrived at was to have we invite volunteers from SAM and SIMIs, and the speaker will take about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, followed by 60 minutes of discussion. We do record these sessions, and after recording, we edit it. And after editing, I am helped with the editing uh, by Mr. Rakesh Vatash, 73 batch. We send it to the speaker, and once it is cleared by him, we have a YouTube channel called JAA Virtual Lounge Sessions. So anyone who has missed the session can always go there and have a look. But not all sessions are there because Gaurav declined to permit his session to go up on the YouTube because SEBI has not cleared him as a financial advisor, and he made that disclaimer while he was speaking as well. And then we had Sayantan Chakravarti, who is of 93 batch, who had taken a clearance only to speak to alumni and could not make his talk public. And that brings me to the issue that I look forward to a lot more live participation in the virtual lounge session. We have almost 400 members who are on the notice board. And even if we say that 50% are otherwise occupied, surely we can have 200 participants. If not 200, at least 100. Now, I know a secret way of how to make the participants go up, but I'll keep that a secret for today. That is the in a nutshell about how we have gone about the last 1 year. Our president has some plans for the Jamalpur Alumni Association going ahead. So I will now request Mr. Jail Singh to please apprise the members about what he has in plans he has for the future. Over to you, Mr. Jail Singh.
Thank you, Ranjit. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which part of the world you are. And we're very good to see that we have a full worldwide attendance today. I must give full credit to Anil Khurana, Mel Zuberi, and Dinkar Sindhu for organizing this long session, which is covering the entire world. I think this is the first time that we are doing it. Ranjit has given you the background of these long session talks that we've had, so I will not add much to it, and I will not keep you from starting this session in earnest. So back to you, Ranjit.
Thank you, sir. I thought you wanted to tell the participants about the future plans. Anyway, we will.
I want the American Sams to talk first. Then, if there is time, then I will also say things.
Okay. So this is a session from America with Love. We have Sams from the USA. Let me introduce Anil Khurana. Anil Khurana is 78 batch. He had joined Western, and I distinctly remember when he came over to Badwar Park. And after that, in 1988, he and his wife Ramita went over to USA for their honeymoon, and he got admission in the MBA program there. And after an MBA and an PhD, he decided to switch ships and take up a career in academia and consulting. And that's where he has been since then. He has recently retired, and now he has taken up Consulting, and also runs a think tank in Georgetown University. He's happy to spend time with his grandchildren and follows his wife around the world. He lives in Boston and Dubai, and sometimes I see him in Delhi too. So, with this, I'll hand over to you, Anil. Please take over from here.
Thanks, Ranjit.
All
So
yours.
first, thank you, Ranjit and Mr. Jail Singh, for hosting this. And good morning to the folks here and on the West Coast in the US. Good evening to folks in India. I see Mr. Malan and Prashant also on. So good afternoon and good evening there as well. So as we said, I think Mel, Dinkar, and I kind of pieced together this idea a few months ago. It was triggered by Mr. Arjun Israni, who's sitting right next to Mel. Arjun called me up about a year ago, and he said, "Kuch karte hain," and that idea just built momentum. Earlier this year, then we put together a small WhatsApp group. That small WhatsApp group has now 55 members from mostly North America, but also visiting SAMs like Mr. A.K. Gupta and Mr. N.C. Sinha, who's not in this room right now.
He's no longer visiting.
Sorry?
And he's not with us now. He no longer just.
Yeah, that's right. He's no longer visiting.
He's
So
moved.
we have a few folks that visit frequently and many who are settled here from various time periods in the last 30, 40 years. So what we thought we'll do today is, first of all, I'll project a few screen shots here. And Mel, Dinkar, do you want to say anything? No? Okay. So put together a few slides here that are summary of what we did the last 2 days. We'll then open up to the folks sitting in this room to narrate their experiences the last couple of days. And then if there's time and if there's enough structure, then ask the senior SAMs who came 40, 50 years ago, like Arjun and Sham, to say a few words, and their wives as well. And then shift over to folks like Mel and Dinkar and Vishal and Rahul, who's sitting in front of me, who came recently in the last 25 years. So I call them the young guns. So the early trailblazers, the young guns, and then folks like Mr. A.K. Gupta, who come here frequently to visit their grandkids. So that's sort of the third group here. So this is a couple of screenshots that Mel prepared a couple of documents that we'll actually send to all of you as well later on. But we organized the agenda around last day and a half. So on the 20th, Friday, we mostly arrived in the afternoon around 3, 4, 5 p.m. Had a good reception, drinks, and evening dinner, where there were about 25, 26 of us. That number then expanded to a couple of more people that came Friday night, Saturday morning. On Saturday, we went to a park and a museum in the morning. जुगाड़ करके कहीं पहुंच गए. We ended up in a different place than we had intended. And in the evening, Dinkar and Mel had organized a sail. So we actually had a 2-hour sail in the ocean. It was very pleasant, nice breeze, nice and warm. We had a few drinks, and then we had dinner and came back late last night. A lot of music and entertainment along the way. And Mel has prepared like a 20-page document that has an bunch of examples of what people said in their WhatsApp groups, some pictures, and so on and so forth. So this is a list of attendees and their spouses who were able to make it. So 17 SAMs and several spouses. So about 27 people total that attended. The number was slightly higher or lower at the beginning, but we ended up with a different mix. By the way, Mr. Sinha and Mrs. Sinha have just walked in. Oh, you okay? Also, Mr. Gurbakshi Kalan and Nina Kalan, 58, have walked in. So you have a couple of very senior SAMs here as well. And I'll ask them to say hello in a moment. Yeah.
Hello. Mr. N.C. Sinha, who was my GM, and I am now as young as when he was my GM.
We are really excellent get together here on the last 2 days, and my sincere thanks to all the organizer, Mel and all, everybody else, Khurana and all, for this gathering of SAMs in US.
Mr. Gurbaksh Singh Kalon, 58 batch.
It has been a pleasure to get everybody together here after so many years.
Nice to see you, sir.
I hope you guys are doing good in India too. Look forward to sometime visiting India if you can. Thank you.
Mr. Subhash Dingra, 57 batch.
Hello, everybody.
Nice, sir.
I'm so thrilled that we have started Club Day in the US. And congratulations to the organizers. They've done a wonderful job. First, conceptualizing it, and second, making it happen. And it has been wonderful being together. And I look forward to more such interactions and have a club day every year. I'll be deciding whether, when we are having the next one.
Yeah,
Next
Arjun
month, sir.
already-
Every Sunday, sir.
So to tell you where we're having the next one, Mr. Arjun Israni, 61 batch.
Hi, good morning. It was fantastic to have all these very bright Jamalpur guys, and the kind of profession they have now, and the skill set they have indicated is a testimony also to how Jamalpur is and the leadership and the training. And it's amazing if you really get into each person, what kind of background they have and what they've achieved. From really state of the art stuff like SpaceX. We have one of the Jamalpur guys who's a SpaceX, and there's so many others, especially in the financial area and other non-related to the railways. So it's wonderful. I'm personally very happy that this has been done. And I think Anil looks like has agreed. Hi, Vijay Mathur, I can see him there. Anil has agreed that the next year will be in California. Huh?
I would like to
Okay.
clarify.
Well, we positioning it in August,
that I am not.
and we're going to stay away from 15th of August because Fremont has a lot of Indian population, and it's very crowded, and there's a lot of parades. So we're going to do it, I think, the week before, right? That's what you. Yeah, the weekend, the Friday, the weekend. I don't know the exact date, but that's what we're going to do. And Bindu, my wife, and I, we're going to host the Saturday event completely from whatever the dinner. We're going to have entertainment. So please plan on it. Only one person from my batch who is committed to coming, and that is Ranjit Gupta and his wife Indrani. They've committed to come to San Francisco next August. So I've got one. So thank you so much. Wonderful to see all there's so many faces that I recognize. And it's lovely to see them after, I don't know, 40 years, 50 years. I can see Virdi here.
The rocket scientist.
Yeah, so thank you. The rocket
You can
scientist, oh,
always,
good.
I can
Very
request you
good.
to, you
Yeah.
can always join online, sir.
Thank you.
So you on the screen, I just thought we'll share a couple of pictures from the last couple of days. So you see on the screen on the left, the Simis kicked off with a very nice picture, gorgeous dresses, lovely ladies on the evening of the Friday. Next, you see Shyam Sundar reciting a poem after dinner. So we had a brief set of introductions where everyone told us stories. So we had a set of introductions from all the Sams and Simis who were there. Of course, it evolved into some nostalgia from Jamalpur days, you know, the Irmi and the Gymkhana and the club and the rules about being in the club area and the chappals that people wore and the fines they got. We all covered most of that, all civil versions of that rather than anything else. We then had a bit of a musical evening. Manjari Sinha, 57, kicked off the musicals with a couple of actually very nice recitals, both classical and Bollywood. Mel Zuberi and Sanjeev had a couple of songs on guitar and some vocals. And then we spent till about midnight, we were there. Again, people are of all ages. So the first in the batch is 55 years old. And that was Dinkar, right? Yeah, so the 55-year-olds are firsties, so you can actually calibrate from there on where the seniors are. Sorry, oldest is 85. Oldest is 85. So I think we were all age-appropriate activities as well. There were no 18-year-old activities, so we kept our sanity and more or less, civility as well.
Nobody fell off the boat.
Nobody fell off the boat. Yeah, so you'll see some pictures where we almost did that. But so we then went yesterday morning for a couple of hikes here and there. You see Ms. Gurbaksh Kalan and Nina Kalan walking along with Ankur, Mel, and Rahul. And on the left screen is the large group sitting in a gazebo because very hot yesterday was 35 degrees centigrade ke aspas tha. So we were all enjoying a bit of the sun and the heat but getting together. I think everyone agreed that the notion of getting together, big family, almost a cult, was just a great idea and a great get together there. In fact, one different idea was proposed, not proposed, but being conjectured. So the Jamalpur Gymkhana program in 2015 was completed, right? So that means in 20 years, there'll be not too many SAMs around. How do we think about that in coming years as well? So I'd leave that as a question. So this is a picture from the sail in the evening. You see Vishal, pulling the sails up. He's the athlete of the team along with Rahul. First year duties, okay. And then you see Bindu Israni driving the boat, and that's my wife on the right, Ramita. So we had a lot of pictures. We also create a Google folder and share these pictures as well for everyone to access. That's right. Yeah, that's right. So it was our anniversary yesterday. Honeymoon chal raha hai for the last 37 years.
Oh, wonderful.
Question is, should we do this again?
Sure. It has been a wonderful experience, and a lot of fun activities were, organized, and we enjoyed it.
That was Asha Dingra, 57. Now we have Nina Kalon, 58. Should we do this again?
Yes.
That's just an emphatic yes. There's like no two ways about it.
Commentary as well, just not a question.
Okay, feel free to say what you like. Okay, Mrs. Manjari Sinha, who's never short with words. Sheen काफी बड़ा दुरुस्त.
हेलो एवरीवन. कहा गया है खूब मिल बैठेंगे दीवाने दो, और यहाँ दीवानों का हुजूम है. तो आप सोच सकते हैं क्या मस्ती हुई है, क्या मतलब अभी तक सुरूर तारू है. मुझे लगता है हर साल ये होना चाहिए. इट शुड बी एन एनुअल इवेंट. थैंक यू फॉर द ऑर्गेनाइजर्स. perfectly meticulously designed and executed. बहुत सारे लोग सोच लेते हैं पर एग्जीक्यूट करना बहुत मुश्किल काम होता है. इतना बढ़िया इन बच्चों ने किया है काम कि मन निछावर हो गया इनके ऊपर. जीते रहें.
Okay. Then we go to Manjula Sham, 62.
What a wonderful weekend we have had. All due to the hard work put together by the youngsters here, and it has been really joyous. Thank you.
60-year-old.
All right. Swati Sharma, 85.
Hello, everybody. It's been a delightful time. We loved the 3 days and it was fabulous. Everything about it. Very nice. That's the words I don't want to say. I mean everything that all the other ladies supported. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Ramita Khurana, 78.
Hello, everyone. This is Ramita. And like all the other ladies said, it's been an amazing 3 days. And somebody mentioned that it was Anil and my anniversary yesterday. And what better way to celebrate our anniversary than with all the family here? They've become all family members for us. So thank you, everyone.
Bindu Israni, 61.
Hello, everyone. It was a beautiful weekend for all of us, creating memories and building families, and I look forward to celebrating together again in the future.
Yeah, it is a
Ritu
beautiful.
Gupta, 64.
It was really very nice get together, and I've been attending all the Jamalpur functions and trying to attend each and every. And I'm so happy that this is the first we are gathering here, and I could attend that also. And I hope to attend every year and looking forward for it. It was really nice. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would quickly like to add that right after this get together, Mrs. and Mr. Arun and Mrs. Ritu Gupta 64 are taking a flight back all the way to India. And Sanjeev and Swati Sharma 85, they had just gotten back from a long vacation in India. And then right after that, they took this long flight across the continent from Los Angeles to be here. So a lot of people had to, move their schedules around and make a little effort to be here. And I'm so thankful that everybody could make it so that we could make this function a success. Now,
You want us one of the
Mr. Gupta has been wanting to say something.
but anyone would like to say.
Arun Gupta 64.
I'm A.K. Gupta, and I'm very lucky that I happen to be here and especially visited this place. This function has been organized extremely meticulously by the team of experts and Mel and Anil and his team, and they have done a wonderful job. And I'm sure that although the Gymkhana is no longer in its earlier form, but the spirit of Gymkhana will be kept alive by such meetings, which I'm sure they will continue to have in future also. And I'm told next year they will be having it in California, which I'm sure we'll be also able to be there. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a rocket scientist, Sanjeev Sharma 85.
Well, thank you, Zuberi. Yeah, it was such a pleasure to connect again. I never thought that there were so many SAMs in the US, and thanks to Anil Khurana and Mel and everyone who organized this. It's wonderful to be connected here in the US, so far away from India, and very wonderful to be connected with everyone from India. Please, as you visit US, I welcome you all. I live in Los Angeles. We should definitely connect if you're there. And if you give me a heads up, I can promise you a tour to the SpaceX rocket factory as well. Yeah, please visit us.
Not a tour to space.
Not a tour to space right now.
And one day maybe a trip to Mars, right?
Yeah.
So, some thoughts on how we get an interaction on various perspectives going. I thought we'll start with the early trailblazers. This was the SAMs who came in the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, and ask them a bunch of questions that I put together on the screen. Just your experiences, how do you get here? How was it raising a family, staying connected to India? Did Jamalpur at all play some role? And you don't have to answer all of them, but anything that would be there. Manjula, can I start with you?
I never got to enjoy the passes of the railways. So I think that is something that I have always regretted. All these questions, I haven't had a chance to think about it, but all I can say is that past is history, the future is mystery. Today is a gift. That is why we call it the present. And we have to live the moment to the fullest in terms of interacting and understanding our friends, learning from them, and doing what we can to build memories and doing something for which we can be proud of today, not what we have done in the past. And I think that's what I'm striving to do. And as I understand, many of the people present in this room are also doing for people around them who are not as fortunate and not as lucky in life. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go to your last question. I think my Jamalpur experience, education and training has been a wonderful preparation for what little I have been able to do. After World War One, you probably, many of you must know, after World War One, the the Indian administration found it very difficult. They found it incredibly difficult to find people from educated class who had at least finished 10th or 12th grade education, which was kind of middle class of India at the time, to enter either medicine, because it was dirty work, and engineering, which was also considered dirty work. And they had to modify the curricula of medical schools and engineering school programs to move more into science than skills. And it has remained that way. Now, Jamalpur was set up on the British apprenticeship system to create a very special combination of skills and science in one person, in the same head and same hands, to create engineering. Same thing is true of medicine. And but over time, the curricula of engineering schools and medicine moved more and more towards science, to the extent now JEE, I believe, is mostly chemistry, physics, mathematics. And at least most of us had no skills whatsoever, and most people in my batch had very little interest in learning any skills. It was all science. And people you can't do engineering with science. You can't do medicine with science alone. You need skills. And that is a huge challenge in India to this day. But that's a topic for another conversation, longer conversation at another time. Thank you. But Jamalpur was the pioneer of engineering education that it should have been. But unfortunately, that's been abandoned. That model has been abandoned and moved towards increasing component of science without skills. It's not been very good. Thank you.
Thanks, Sham. So we're going to actually now ask Arjun Israni to say a few words as well.
Hi there. My main point that I'm going to just make about Jamalpur and us as graduates from there is we know how to overcome obstacles, and we also know how to be creative. And I'm going to give you my example. My first problem was how to get admission in the US for studies, because this is 1968, nobody recognized AMI McKee, and nobody recognized AMI Prodi. So that was the first one. Secondly, after you got admission and we overcome that part, the next part was how to get foreign exchange. I was not an honorable mention guy who got money. It was family who sent me money. Then the next thing was how to get foreign exchange. And this was 68. Remember, India was very, very constrained about dollars and rupees and things like that. Then how to overcome that. I overcame that. Then the next part was finish my master's, and then how to get a job when you're a railroad guy. And nobody, there are railroads here. I know two people, I think Kamal Shivpuri and another guy, Ramnik Bharti, who really worked in the railroads here. I know Dinesh Tandon did for 1 year after his MBA from Columbia. So I said, I got to get into the electronic industry. So thank you for our manufacturing experience. I went in as a factory manager for electromechanical company. And then I said, electronics is the way to go. So that's where I switched. So there I am, 45 years later. I'm probably one of the few Jamalpur guys who's a semiconductor guy. I spent 45 years. And how do you make transition from railroads to semiconductor? I did that. So that was my big learning, how to never give up, how to keep pursuing it, how to be creative in the problem solving. And now, and now I'm into artificial intelligence, not today, 5 years ago. And that's the trend. So many of us are leading the new paths. And that's Jamalpur, gung-ho spirit, the leadership, and the aspect of personality that you have to overcome all these obstacles. So thank you. I will move it on to
Wonderful.
NC. Then Malcolm.
Well, Arjun, I'll give you one correction.
Oh,
While Dinesh worked 1 year
he
in the railways here,
Yeah.
I worked 5 years in the
sorry.
railways here.
Okay.
And after working 5 years at the age of 41 or 42, I had a thinking problem. What did we come to USA for if I had to be in the railway? So I left it, charted my own path, and realized that for any further doctoral studies or whatever it is, I had to create my own degrees. I had to create my own references. And early in my life, the guy who ensured I could get admission is sitting right across here. Shyam Sundar had to tell Virginia Tech that my background, whatever it was, and it was because he told Virginia Tech that they gave me an MBA ambition. But it has been strange or a difficult ride, but it's been worth it. The next generation is enjoying the benefits of their parents coming here, and we wish all of you who are here and all of the guys back, especially Naga. I haven't seen you for years. God bless you.
Hi, guys. I'm trying to go through this questionnaire and answer it. Let me focus. Pardon me?
Next page नहीं देखा आपने यार.
I'm going to read there. So I'm going to focus on core, which is did you have a glass ceiling? Well, I would only say is that I am now so far retired that there's no glass ceiling to be attempted. I've gone beyond that. I've been retired for 20 plus years. So I'm relaxing and enjoying that glass ceiling. But the one that I really want to talk about is how did Jamalpur shape your journey? I think reflecting on what Shyam Sundar said, Jamalpur is like any other college. People have to go to colleges, they learn and do everything. But what Jamalpur does to you is to generate a sense of camaraderie, generates a sense of seeking out challenges, not just having it, seeking out challenges, and then having an innovative way of breaking out from it. I think the fact that you have so many of us here from a very small cohort, what 40 of them are in the US and so many all over the world, and they are all because there is this sense of a trailblazing, how should I, fire within, and you all have shown how it can be done and how well it's been done. So Jamalpur generates to you in those 4 years that sense of a challenge and sense of being innovative to overcome it, and that's why so many of you are here and are doing a good job. Thank you.
So I think we'll switch gears now to folks like Mr. N.C. Sinha, who come frequently. They didn't have their careers in the US, but are living their kids' and grandkids' careers in the US. So I'll ask them to say a few words, and their spouses as well, on their journey in the US the last decade or 2 decades since they've been coming here.
More or less permanently, after winding up in India. I completed my full tenure 25 years back in the railways before And I was in India for the 25 years before deciding to move here because of my children and grandchildren, all of them being here. And they didn't want us going past 85 to remain in India, and they're rushing every time something happens. But my experience this has been in the railways have been wonderful. I'll say that whatever all politics, whatever is there, I have gone through it. Probably much more different type of experience than people who have come here and achieved higher educational qualifications, educational expertise, etc. Like Arjun changed over from mechanical engineering to the AI or those two chips.
Yeah.
And so that similarly, Shyam Sundar going into the teaching completely. And so it was a very, I have been coming here. Yes, I have been coming here for 2 months, 3 months, every 2 or 3 years because of our children here. But yes, this time my experience is different and meeting everybody because this was the biggest fear that remoteness. You make fresh friend or you become pally with your children's friend. There's nobody here else to. But this gathering has given us that from my own organization, people are here who can be friendly. I have known Arjun Israni, rather he has suffered me as PA to Semi-Western Railway. So it has been really wonderful, and I hope this contact of this group continues so that socially we remain active in this group. Thank you.
Can I just add, Mr. Sinha accepted as PA to see me. He accepted my letter of resignation for the railways. He gave me a hard time, but anyway, they wanted me either back or resign. So I did that. But he was very good, graceful about it, and PC Joshi told me you shouldn't have done that. You should have asked the railways to send you, instead of resigning, to send you an air ticket to go back to the railways. They would have never done that, and you would have never resigned.
Mr. N.C. Sinha and Mr. R.N. Naga during this get together were the only two railwaymen who actually worked in the Bharti Rail till their superannuation. And now we give you Mrs. Manjari Sinha.
First of all, let me tell that I'm so delighted to see Naga, people like Naga, so many of you there. मुझे लग रहा है भारत और अमेरिका एक साथ बिल्कुल जुड़ गया है. I'm so proud and so privileged to be a member of Jamalpur family. इस तरह का भाईचारा मैंने दुनिया में और कहीं नहीं देखा है. और वो अपनी पूरी खूबसूरती के साथ, पूरी ऊर्जा के साथ यहाँ पे था. 2 दिन हमारे कैसे बीते हैं, जिनकी मीठी यादें हम बहुत-बहुत दिनों तक लेकर के जा रहे हैं. और आप सबको मैं यहाँ निमंत्रित करती हूँ. जमालपुर डे इंडिया में तो आपने बहुत मनाया है, पर एक बार यहाँ का भी जलवा देखिए. You're all most welcome. Thank you.
Now, I just want to say that I am not part of the US cohort, but I'm merely a visitor and I visit the US once a year. And it just so happened that I was in the US and Subhash Dhingra more or less invited me into this gathering. Now, I left the railways in 1969 after a 5-year stint in DLW. But I have kept up my friendship with all my former colleagues and friends, and that speaks volumes. The very fact that I feel connected, the very fact that there is such a sense of camaraderie and comradeship, it says a lot. I went from manufacture of diesel locomotives to manufacture of suture needles, which are so tiny. And one would argue that, it's probably a logical step or not. But nonetheless, I have no regrets about whatever I have done in life. I finally retired at the age of about 81. And it's been a wonderful journey. It's been wonderful knowing all the people from Jamalpur And God bless you all. Thank you.
So
May
I guess I've heard everybody from the US, and I would like to once again request that the objective of this virtual lounge session is to meet once every month. So please do keep it in mind that the fourth Sunday of every month is there. And if you want to tweak the time, we are open to that. So you can always connect with the alumni. And it was the main reason for starting the virtual lounge session, that we should connect. And we are very fortunate that we have this platform which allows us to connect across all batches, across all geographies. So we should make the most of it. So please do not wait for next year. Please do try and make it every month on the fourth Sunday of the month. And the notice is put up. So if you want, you can always ask us to tweak the time if you feel that it is not convenient. That's all I wanted to say. Please do keep it in mind. Thank you.
I would like to add that we have a WhatsApp group called Jamalpur Notice Board, Gymkhana Notice Board. If any of you are not on the notice board, please send us your phone number and we will put you onto the notice board. The link, etc., of these monthly talks will be put on the notice board. Thank you.
I think that all of us as a group have to pay a very, very heartfelt thank you to Ranjit Virdi and JL Singh, who've kept the India chapter going under tremendous odds. And on the other side, for sheer imagination and initiative, I must thank Mel Zuberi and all of the people in the US who've done this. It's such a wonderful tribute to the brotherhood that we all share. And I just wanted to say that I send my heartfelt thanks to all of these people.
So I put together a few themes that I think some of the Simis and Sams will talk about. Let me
Yes.
start with Sharma's 85.
Hello. It's been a wonderful journey so far. Life's been good. From the early days, I saw it in RCF Kapurthala when I married Sanjeev and moved there. The Jamalpur spirit was all around me. I love being part of the community. Sanjeev took me once to Jamalpur with my little son, and the pleasure was truly, truly, absolutely adorable. We were cared for, we loved the spirit, we came back. It was a very small time, like hardly 5 days, but the spirit came around me. I loved Jamalpur, truly, the college where Sanjeev felt his best. And then we, I think in 2001, decided to come to US for studies because Sanjeev wanted to do a master's. And I never thought he'll leave railways, but somehow that was destiny. He started his route here, and the first initial reluctance of mine gave way to his positivity. He motivated us to live a happy life, and it's been great. This last weekend came out to be the best. I feel I belong somewhere, and Jamalpur spirit is yet here. So, thanks to Sams and Simis and Jamalpur College who made these guys who they are. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, about young guns, I mean, we are not young anymore. But the thing I reflect back on is why do all Jamalpurians do so well, whether they're in railways in India or whether they go abroad or pursue different opportunities in very, very different fields. If you look at it, like in the very formative years, there's very few institutions that give an individual the kind of power and freedom and independence to do what Jamalpur does. When you come in, you're already in charge of mess, in charge of feeding like 80 people, 90 people with the budget and organizing logistics. You're made responsible for everything and you're financially independent. You're already taking decisions for the group. These kind of opportunities build leadership and build bonds and build strengths in your character. And that is what actually accounts for a lot of the success later in life. having that confidence, and that is kind of instilled in you and enforced in a way when you're in Jamalpur. And that is what I reflect back on when I take decisions and when I think back on my life. Never did I once I felt that I was unsure. I always had a support network, and I always went back to the strengths that I'd learned in Jamalpur. So I credit my journey to whatever it may end up with with a lot of contribution from Jamal.
Hello everyone. I'm Shalini and I'm wife of Dinkar, 89 batch. And so as Swati and Sanjeev already had said that last weekend was very good for us, and it's good to see all the Jamalpurians in the US coming together. I am so surprised to see a person who is 57 batch, uh, and all the other people who have taken so much of effort. Some of the people they flew from, LA, California, and different places. Some drove. So it's good to see everyone here, and hope this continues further other years ahead. Um, so my initial days when I moved with Dinkar here, it was tough. I could not adjust here. I missed India. I miss India now also, to be honest. Um, I miss to be part of, the achievements which my siblings, my family, they have. Like sometimes I could not attend uh, their wedding anniversary, or not all the achievements they have, and likewise they could not come here. Like we have gone through some of the phase here, and my family could not come. Like my daughter's graduation, only Dinkar and me were here, so we missed that part. But still, it's good here that we are able to explore different places, to know about the different culture, meet new people, and that excites me. I love to learn new things, to meet new people, and I came to know more about American culture. So, and it's been fun here this weekend. So, yeah, that is all about me. Anything you want to know more?
Yeah. Hey, hello everyone. I am Dinkar Sindhu, 1989, and been a few years in US now. I think I want to talk about the glass ceiling issue. From my point of view, I have been here for now 11, 12 years. I consider I've never felt glass ceiling. In fact, I felt the other way around. I think Indians, there are articles that Indians are the new Jews of US. So yeah, I mean, it's a fact. Indians are the highest median ethnic group, and I am in healthcare industry. In any healthcare conference, technology conference, finance conference, you go, you will find Indians, and it will be surprising if a company wants to raise money and they didn't have some Indian leading in one of their leading teams. Yeah. Almost every US citizen would have been seen by an Indian physician sometime. Okay. Uh, so, so I think US has been good for me, at least professionally. And personally, yes, my wife still continues to miss mangoes. I do also miss mangoes. Uh, but that's what life is. Uh, Thank you, everyone, and we will continue to meet together for the Jamalpur.
So, SS Rao, 78. I think I've been wrongly grouped with the young ones. But I came in the 90s. I'm still working, probably winding down in the next couple of years. I've had a successful career in banking and insurance here. But one thing we haven't touched upon is the women in our life, wives, mothers, sisters-in-law who came here in one form or the other, and the freedom that they've enjoyed in this country. I think, especially for women, there's far more freedom of daughters and wives, especially. There's more freedom for opportunity in education and expressing themselves than they had in India. But this is a perspective from many years ago. I don't know if it's true, but certainly in my case, a few women in my life have really enjoyed the freedom and opportunity to express themselves. I see it in other young women too. Of course, it's been great to see the enthusiasm of Mel and Khurana and all the others who made this happen. I had no idea that there were so many of us here, even here in New Jersey. So that's been amazing. I hope to take full advantage of that and make new friends, expand my circle of friends.
Thanks, sir. I'm Rahul Ratan, 88 batch. So reunions are a great way to reconnect and hang out with some really smart people. So this one was great. I think we started off with a reconnection and then a nice exchange of ideas yesterday leading up to this. I learned about small cap investing from Vishal, and I learned about captive programs and variety of other things. Anyways, so thanks Anil and Mel and Dinkar. This is great, and we should do this more often. So second point, what triggered the move? So when I was growing up in the railways, I call it growing up. I was in my early 20s. The world around me shifted. I think railways is a great place. They're really great people. I think the level of mentorship was amazing, but you just have to make the move, right? And you have to do what you have to do. So the rest of it kind of explains it. You just have to do what you have to do. The third point I wanted to make was on the glass ceiling. So we are, I think, a little privileged, right, with all the works that's been done in the past. But I think a very effective way to tackle the glass ceiling is to think about creating value and then extracting the value, right? So we learned it in business school. You create the pie and then you divide the pie, right? And make sure you do that. So, but anyway, it was great. It's been great to meet everyone.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening. My name is Vishal, 89 batch. I credit railways with ability to deal with ambiguity. First day at work in Indian Railways in Gandhidham was going to an accident site, and as a young AME, not knowing much about how even accident relief trains work, and having to deal with an accident site where petroleum tanks were leaking, and you cordon off the area because even if a lighter goes off, there'll be and with that situation and such ambiguous situation, and you're supposed to lead the accident relief operation, it was and those kind of experience prepared me for subsequent things in life. So like in US, you deal with how things work here, and but thanks to training, thanks to the deep bonds which you fall with, which I formed with people, to keep the interrelationships alive. Those things just kept me going. We as human beings, we do tend to stereotype. So it's not like I'm just saying this here, it's in India as well. When I come to US, most of Indians were in technical areas. So I would be sitting in a plane sitting next to me, oh, you must be good at IT. I said, okay, no, I'm actually in business and finance and banking. I said, what? Okay. So you have to we do, it's humanity. It's not any particular and what I learned is to stop doing that. Just because you see somebody who's black and he's fit does not mean that he's good at sports. He could be good at many other things. So don't think just because this guy is here, he's good in IT and those kind of things. So all those experiences helped me make a better person. And now, after stints in banking and finance, now I'm advisor and help and small cap and micro cap investing, and help people succeed in their financial lives. So that's what I do.
Hello, everyone. Mel Zuberi, 87 batch. What triggered my move to the US? Unlike many others where the parents or the grandparents keep visiting the US, in my case, my immediate and extended family is in the US. So my parents used to have to keep visiting me in India. And then at a certain point in time, they said, okay, enough is enough. Now you need to make a move. And I said, yeah, I think it's about time. And at that time, I was working with Colonel Arun Bhagra 67 on the workshop projects in Patna. We, each of us, after our game of golf in the morning, would have to climb 9 flights of stairs of Biscommon Bhavan because the elevator used to be packed like sardines. So I went ahead and got leased out the entire building of the Bihar Chamber of Commerce, which till today that project is using. And then I decided I had done what I had to do, reach my selection grade, and beyond this, I'll just go sit in a headquarter as a Dalda CME. So it's probably a good time to move on, especially so my move was essentially to join family here, which had been here for several decades. And yes, for all that one might imagine, there's a definite cultural shock when you move across the seas, across the continents. I mean, one of my hobbies is languages, and I can speak thoda bahut of all the four South Indian languages. So it was good fun. I speak Telugu almost like a native, the Costa Telugu, not the Telangana Telugu. I thought, yeah, acculturation is going to be pretty easy. But when I reached here, I remember one of my first week here, I wanted to buy, what they call in the US a trash can, a waste paper bin. And so I went there. I said, okay, I'm looking for a waste paper bin. So they said they showed me some paper and they didn't know what it was. I said, waste paper baskets. So they showed me baskets. I said, no, a container in which you put your waste, rubbish. So they showed me packing to me to the packing section where they had these storage containers. And then I said, and then like how we are trained in English back home in India. It's all about using a ton of synonyms. And so I said, okay, like it's something in which you put your waste, your rubbish, your trash. And then the guy jumped up. Okay, trash can is what you're looking for. So if I'd use the word can somewhere or trash somewhere, he would have got it. So then I got to trash and he said, oh, you need a trash can. And that was the day I learned to treat American as a different language. Now, when I walk into my class on the first day, I tell my students, I said, look, I speak a dozen languages. I come from a very diverse country. I know that I can speak, have a conversation with 3 sentences with two-thirds of my countrymen. But I'll tell you what, I don't know American English because in Indian English we say what, in British English we say what, and in American English I'm still learning. But I think you guys say whoa. So yeah, so yes, what I miss really is being with that culture where I know so much about the culture that I could speak to a person, even if I was speaking in English, I could tell you whether they are from Telangana or Rayalaseema or the coastal Andhra. So that was so that's the last question. What I love here is, of course, being with family. I have businesses in Florida and Alabama, and I recently moved my residence from Florida to Alabama. So believe it or not, we have Zubairis all over the world, but there is this one street on a ridge in Birmingham, Alabama, where we have 6 families. So I just roll down the ridge and I'm at one or the other relative's place. So that's been that thing that I absolutely love. I was a full-time college professor before the pandemic, but after the pandemic, I did not enjoy it as much because for me it was all about classroom interactions. So then I've now moved to being a part-time professor with Texas A&M. I also run businesses in real estate, and recently I have stepped up my role as a commercial real estate broker, and I'm moving currently into more of investments. So that's where I am. And for me and my immediate family, I do option trading on the stock market.
Wow. Great. So Ranjit, I don't know if there are any questions we have from the attendees. Otherwise,
Mel, I
just
have,
a couple of points
I have
which
one
is we'll
question
actually
for
gather all
Mel.
the pictures from the last couple of days and put them in a photo gallery or Google Drive or something. You already heard about the 2026 plans, 7th, 8th, 9th in Fremont with Arjun and Bindu Israni co-hosting it. I think the other co-hosts are Rajat Bhargav and Vani Vadera, who will be co-hosting. They're not here today, so I didn't put their name, but we are coordinating with them for next year. And we'll finalize venue, location, and all in the next coming months. I don't think there's a rush. We have more than a year for that. And then Mr. Shyam Sundar asked the question, we'll complete 100 years in 2027. Are there any plans?
I can answer about plans in India. Owing to the closure of the Jamalpur scheme and not having a proper club day at Jamalpur, we have shifted the main club day to Delhi. And we've been having a club day here in Delhi since 2020. I must say the club days in Delhi have been quite successful. The last club day this year, we had as many as 198 people. On the 27th of in 2027, the 14th of February happens to be a Sunday. So we plan to have a full day event, not just an evening dinner, but a full day event like we used to have in Jamalpur. I hope those of you who are in America will be able to come to India at that time.
Hello, Anil. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can, Mr. Malan. How are you?
Oh, very well. It's been great attending the program today. We've seen people like Mr. Dhingra, Mr. Ravi Aga, I can see now. Vinay Sehgal, of course, we see in India, but then, of course, you have Gupta, both the Guptas, YP and Arun Gupta. A lot of faces, YB Sharma, I can see here. People whom we haven't met for a long time, Mr. Shanks, VA, Anand. I think it's been a great get-together of all the faces we can. Mr. N.C. Sinha was PA to CME when I joined Western Railway. So I said, Yashpal Gupta is the only Tarzan we have and will have. So a number of AK Khosla, for me, it's a great occasion to see faces whom I haven't seen for a long, long time.
Sure, it is.
Let's catch up again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Suman Babbar would like to say hello. He was not in the room earlier. We'd like to say hello as well.
Hi, Suman. How are you?
Yeah,
I can see.
I think I'm the only one who has no association with the railways. My association is with Jamalpur. So it's a strong bond which was cultivated during the 4 years in Jamalpur as I moved out from the railways, went to BHEL, and then moved over to the United States. I come in the category of people who didn't have a difficult transition moving to the United States. I moved from India to the World Bank, which is a multicultural organization. So it was like being involved with all sorts of similar developing countries. I think my wife had a more difficult transition coming here because she had to survive in a totally American environment. I think the only thing which I would add is that the institution taught us how to handle diverse and different situations. And I think proof of that is that if you look around the room, we got people here who all got trained in Jamalpur, but ended up in diverse fields that everybody is doing very successfully. So that's a tribute to the training we got, although most of us were doing Panki at that time. And it's nice to see a lot of people who I haven't seen for years. Venkateshwar and Anand, I can recognize. I'm sure very few people would know me because only the 62, 63, 64 batch would probably know the people who were there.
So
But
we know you
to
from
meet
Jamalpur
everyone,
and
we're
BHEL.
looking forward to continuing this tradition. So we will be in touch again next year. Thank you.
I would like to tell a small story. One of the direct recruits who joined the railways but then left and joined the IAS was Pradeep Bejal, I think, of the 65 batch. When our batch joined Jamalpur, he was training in Jamalpur. Later on, when I brought out the 75-year book in 2002, I had interviewed him, and a small article about him appeared in that 2002 book. I had asked him a question about what he felt about Jamalpur, although he was not from Jamalpur itself. He was a direct recruit. He says that he spent 5 years at Roorkee and only 9 months at Jamalpur, but all his best friends were from Jamalpur. For example, when he visited America, he stayed with Suman Babbar. When he visited Delhi, he stayed with Vinod Vij, and so on. In spite of having spent 5 years in Roorkee, but only 9 months in Jamalpur, all his best friends were from Jamalpur. That's the kind of bonding that Jamalpur creates.
Yeah. So, Mr. Jail Singh, I think from here we want to say our session is concluded. Are there any more questions? And maybe you can close the session along with Ranjit.
I mean, we can carry on. I had booked this for 2 hours, so we can carry on for up to 2 hours.
So
But of
thank
course,
you.
if there's no questions, we can stop now.
Thank you very much. And you've done a fantastic job getting together such a wonderful group, getting to know people in the US. And I would also like to add to what Mr. Deo Singh has said. And I think it was Nalina Bhattacharya who said he has been across 2 countries, four universities, and he has never come across an alumni as strong as Jamalpur. So yes, that is something that this Jamalpur Alumni Association is proud of. And I would like to once again request all of you to join in every month. Don't wait for the next year, please. Please try and join on the fourth Sunday of every month. If you feel that the timing is to be tweaked, we can always do that.
Yeah, so Ranjit, the poll here suggests 9 a.m. US time is best. If you can swing it, you and Mr. Singh can swing it, that'll be great. We'll have
We will think about it. Let's see if we can do that.